From the dawn of humanity, a constant has endured: the pursuit of power. This relentless quest has driven us to create, to destroy, to innovate, and to dominate. It is a force that has shaped our destinies, and continues to influence our lives in ways both subtle and profound. It's woven into our DNA, a fundamental force shaping our social structures. From the smallest family units to the grandest empires, the dynamics of power dictate our interactions and relationships. It is the invisible thread that binds us together and sometimes tears us apart. Power, in its many forms, dictates who leads, who follows, and how societies function. It manifests in political authority, economic control, social influence, and even in the realm of ideas and beliefs. Leaders rise and fall, but the essence of power remains a constant, ever-shifting force. Throughout history, the dance of power has evolved, twisting and turning in ways both magnificent and terrifying. Empires have risen and crumbled, revolutions have sparked and faded, and through it all, the pursuit of power has driven human progress and conflict alike. This essay explores the grand narrative of human political systems. We will delve into the intricate tapestry of governance, authority, and influence that has defined civilizations across the ages. From ancient hierarchies to modern democracies, the story of power is as complex as it is compelling. We begin with our earliest ancestors, huddled around flickering fires, and journey through millennia of change. These early gatherings were the first stages of social organization, where the seeds of leadership and authority were sown. From tribal elders to emperors, from feudal lords to revolutionary leaders, we'll witness the ebb and flow of power. Each era brings its own unique challenges and transformations, reflecting the ever-changing nature of human society. This is more than just a history lesson. It is an exploration of the forces that have shaped our world and continue to influence our present and future. By understanding the past, we can better navigate the complexities of the modern world. It's a quest to understand the very forces that shape our world today. The echoes of past power struggles resonate in our current political landscapes, social movements, and global interactions. By examining these patterns, we can gain valuable insights into the nature of power and its impact on our lives. By examining the past, we gain insights into the present and glimpse possibilities for the future. The lessons of history offer a roadmap for navigating the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. They remind us that while the players may change, the game of power remains ever present. Join us on this journey and let's uncover the mysteries of power together. Through this exploration, we hope to illuminate the paths that have led us here and inspire new ways of thinking about the power dynamics that shape our world. Together, we will delve into the heart of human ambition and the unending dance of power. Imagine a time before written language, before cities, before empires. Our ancestors lived in small nomadic bands, their lives intertwined with nature's rhythms. Survival depended on cooperation, on shared knowledge passed down through generations. In these early tribes, power resided not in brute strength but in wisdom and experience. The elders, the keepers of knowledge, held sway. They understood the cycles of seasons, the language of animals, the healing properties of plants. Their guidance ensured the group's survival. Decision-making was a collective affair. Disputes were settled through consensus. Leadership was fluid, based on respect and trust rather than force. These early human groups provide a glimpse into a time when power served the community, not the individual. As humans transitioned from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled agriculturalists, a profound shift occurred. This transition marked the beginning of a new era in human history, where the stability of food sources allowed communities to grow and thrive in ways previously unimaginable. Surplus food led to population growth, specialization of labor, and the emergence of villages and eventually cities. These burgeoning urban centers became hubs of trade, culture, and innovation, laying the groundwork for complex societies. With this increased complexity came a new form of power, the warrior king. These leaders, often rising from the ranks of the strongest and most strategic individuals, began to wield significant influence over their communities. No longer content with protecting their own communities, these ambitious leaders sought to expand their dominion. They organized armies, planned conquests, and embarked on campaigns to extend their territories. Armies were raised, conquests undertaken, and empires forged. The pharaohs of Egypt, the emperors of Rome, and the leaders of ancient China all exemplified this drive for expansion and control. The Han dynasty of China in particular rose to prominence through military might and centralized control. These empires were characterized by their ability to maintain order and stability over vast territories. Power became concentrated in the hands of the few. Rulers surrounded themselves with advisors and courtiers, creating intricate systems of governance that further solidified their control. Monuments were built, not to honor the community, but to glorify the ruler. These grand structures, such as the pyramids of Egypt, served as lasting symbols of the ruler's power and legacy. Laws were codified, taxes levied, and bureaucracies established to manage the growing complexities of these early states. This marked the birth of the nation-state and the rise of centralized power structures that would dominate much of human history. These early empires laid the foundation for the modern world, influencing the development of governance, culture, and society for millennia to come. The fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE marked the end of a unified political entity that had dominated Europe for centuries. This monumental collapse ushered in a period of instability and fragmentation across the continent. The once orderly Roman provinces were now a patchwork of competing kingdoms and territories. Out of the ashes of this once mighty empire arose a new political order, feudalism. This system was characterized by a hierarchy of lords and vassals, each bound by mutual obligations and loyalty. Feudalism was a decentralized system based on oaths of loyalty and land ownership. Land, or fiefs, was the currency of power, and it was exchanged for military service and protection. Kings granted large tracts of land to nobles in exchange for their military service and support. These nobles, often called lords, wielded significant power within their own territories. These nobles in turn granted smaller parcels of land to vassals, creating a complex web of obligations and allegiances. Vassals pledged their loyalty to their lords and provided military service when called upon. Adding another layer of complexity to this feudal structure was the Catholic Church. The Church was not just a religious institution but a powerful political entity. Wielding immense spiritual authority, the Church held sway over kings and commoners alike. It played a crucial role in legitimizing rulers and maintaining social order. Popes crowned emperors, excommunicated heretics, and amassed vast wealth and land holdings. The Church's influence extended into every aspect of medieval life, from politics to education. This era saw a constant struggle for power between secular and religious authorities, each vying for dominance. Kings and popes often found themselves in direct conflict, shaping the political and social landscape of medieval Europe. The interplay between feudal lords, vassals, and the Church created a dynamic and often volatile environment. This intricate web of relationships defined the medieval period and laid the groundwork for the modern nation-states that would eventually emerge. Section 5. Breaking the Chains. Revolution and Reformation. The Renaissance, with its emphasis on humanism and reason, planted the seeds for change. Challenges to the established order arose, culminating in the Reformation and a series of revolutions that would reshape the world. Martin Luther's challenge to the Catholic Church sparked the Protestant Reformation, shattering religious unity and weakening the Church's grip on power. The printing press spread new ideas like wildfire, empowering people to question authority. The Enlightenment further fueled the flames of revolution. Thinkers like John Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau advocated for individual rights, limited government, and the sovereignty of the people. These ideas found fertile ground in the American and French revolutions, toppling monarchies and giving rise to democratic ideals. Section 6. The nation-state, a new order emerges. The 19th century witnessed the rise of the nation-state as the dominant political unit. Fueled by nationalism, industrialization, and colonialism, European powers carved up the globe, extending their influence far beyond their borders. New ideologies emerged, shaping political systems in profound ways. Capitalism, with its emphasis on free markets and individual initiative, clashed with communism, which advocated for a classless society and state control of the means of production. These competing ideologies fueled conflicts and revolutions throughout the 20th century. Two world wars, fought on an unprecedented scale, reshaped the geopolitical landscape. The rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers ushered in the Cold War, a period of ideological conflict and proxy wars. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked the end of the Cold War and the dawn of a new era. Globalization, fueled by advances in technology and communication, has interconnected the world like never before. Power dynamics in the 21st century are complex and multifaceted. Nation-states remain powerful actors, but they increasingly share the stage with multinational corporations, international organizations, and non-state actors. The rise of the internet and social media has given a voice to the voiceless, empowering individuals and movements to challenge traditional power structures. The Arab Spring, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the fight against climate change are just a few examples of how technology is reshaping the political landscape. Section 8. The Digital Age, Power to the People. The digital revolution has unleashed forces that are still unfolding. The internet, once hailed as a tool for democratization, is increasingly being used for surveillance, censorship, and the spread of disinformation. Social media platforms, while connecting people across borders, are also amplifying divisions, fueling polarization, and creating echo chambers where misinformation thrives. The battle for control of information and the narratives that shape our understanding of the world is more intense than ever before. As artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies advance, new ethical and political dilemmas arise. Who controls these technologies? How do we ensure they are used responsibly and ethically? These are questions we must grapple with as we navigate this uncharted territory.